Alex Lifeson, the gifted and often underrated guitarist of the legendary progressive rock band Rush, has lived a life filled with musical brilliance, deep friendships, and heartbreaking personal challenges. While fans know him for his soaring solos, complex rhythms, and decades of loyalty to his bandmates, what many don't realize is that Lifeson's journey has been quietly marked by emotional pain, loss, and a sense of displacement that shadows even his greatest achievements. As one-third of one of rock's most respected trios, Lifeson was never the loudest or flashiest personality, but he was always the emotional core. His playing gave Rush its unique texture, bridging the philosophical lyrics of Neil Peart and the high-register vocals and bass wizardry of Geddy Lee. But behind the music, Lifeson faced the often invisible struggle of being the middle figure, neither the frontman nor the poet, but the one expected to hold it all together. That pressure, combined with the weight of years on the road, slowly chipped away at him in ways few fans could see. Throughout Rush's career, Alex dealt with the emotional whiplash of being adored by fans while feeling creatively boxed in. As musical trends shifted, the band was forced to adapt, and Lifeson often had to compromise or reshape his playing style to fit evolving sounds and technologies. He once admitted that the 1980s, an era in which synthesizers began to dominate Rush's sound, left him feeling musically lost and creatively stifled. But he soldiered on, always putting the band ahead of ego. That selflessness, while admirable, sometimes left Lifeson feeling overlooked and creatively unfulfilled. Perhaps the most heartbreaking chapter of his life, however, came later, with the death of his longtime bandmate and close friend, Neil Peart. After decades of working together, sharing stages, jokes, and dreams, Peart's passing in 2020 after a private battle with brain cancer shattered the spirit of the band. For Lifeson, it wasn't just the loss of a colleague, it was the loss of a brother. A soulmate in music, someone who had been part of his life since the earliest days of Rush. Following Neil's death, Lifeson's grief was profound and largely silent. While Geddy Lee remained more publicly visible, Lifeson became quieter, more introspective, and seemingly unsure of his place in music without the trio that had defined his entire adult life. Despite attempts at creative collaboration and occasional musical appearances, the emotional impact of losing Neil and the finality of Rush's end left a hole that no solo project could truly fill. Physically, Lifeson has also struggled in recent years. He's spoken openly about health issues, including arthritis, which have affected his ability to play guitar the way he used to. For a man whose identity has been so tightly tied to the instrument, that loss is devastating. The tragedy of Alex Lifeson lies not in scandal or self-destruction, but in the quiet, aching sadness of losing the things that gave his life meaning. The band, the camaraderie, the stage, and the freedom of full creative expression. He remains a beloved figure, still generous with fans and humble in interviews, but there's an unmistakable heaviness in his words and his presence now. A rock legend who once helped shape the sound of a generation now carries the weight of time, loss, and quiet sorrow. It's a story of brilliance shadowed by grief, a gentle reminder that even the brightest lights sometimes burn with sadness behind the scenes.